everyone, Sophia here, My Great Challenger. Welcome back to my channel and another recipe. The holidays are coming. How about we try something different? Today I am going to show you how to make a real apple tart. A real French apple tart. We call it Tarte aux Pommes. Secret ingredient, whiskey. Let's get started. This is relatively easy. It just takes a lot of work with regards to coring and slicing your apples because they have to be very thin. And I got the recipe from the good old Larousse de la Cuisine. I don't know if you can find it on Amazon. If you can, I'll put the link down below. This is pretty much the Bible of French cooking. This is an excellent book. It's got a ton of recipes, but it also has a lot of illustrations and it shows you all the techniques that you may need to cook. So if you are trying to up your cooking and baking game, may I suggest you get one of those or the English equivalent. This is a relatively, again, simple recipe, simple ingredients. It's basically apples you saute in butter with sugar and whiskey, and then a regular dough. So let's get started. I'm gonna put all my ingredients together. So I'm making two today. I'm doubling all of the ingredients. One of the tart is actually going to my son's dorms for him and his roommates. He's leaving tomorrow. So let's get started. Ingredients first. Let me start with the dough. So again, I'm going to do it twice. Let me make sure I get the tart. Okay, so you need, for the dough, it's a pâte brisée, basically. You need 200 grams of white flour, and 200 grams is 7 ounces. 199, 200. Okay, so here's one. Let me do the tart. Okay. And you're probably wondering, why don't I just make one big batch of dough and cut it in half, right? My brain doesn't work like this. I'd rather do it separately. Next ingredient is brown sugar. We need 150 grams. That's about 5.5 ounces. Okay, here's one. Next ingredient is butter, and you need 160 grams of butter, which is pretty much a stick and a half. Each dough will require a half a teaspoon of salt. For the dough, I only need 1 teaspoon of the sugar. The rest is for the apples. I'm going to make the dough in my stand mixer, and for that I need 100 grams of butter. So we're gonna keep some butter to the side, and that butter is going to be for the apples. Let me get my scale. We just need 100. This is soft, but it's not very, very soft. So what I'm gonna do is cut it into little slices. And to my butter, I'm going to add the salt, 1 teaspoon of the brown sugar, and I'm going to incorporate my water and my flour, alternating them until I get a nice smooth dough. So here's dough number 1, and what I'm going to do is wrap it in, it's nice and smooth. I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap. and it's gonna go in the fridge for an hour. And now I'm gonna do my second dough. So I have 2 pie dough in the fridge and they're going to stay there for an hour. That gives me time to clean up everything, including the mixer, and slice my apples. So for each pie or tart, you need 1 kilo of apples. That's 2.2 pounds. And they need to be peeled, cored, and sliced thinly. So I'm gonna probably use my mandolin for that, and I may need Scott to help because that's a lot of apples. How much you got left? Are you gonna need a new one? Is it good?
Yeah, it's smooth.
I don't drink. I don't know. So this is going to be a team effort because they need to be peeled, cored, and then I'm gonna use the mandolin on the thinnest setting. Yeah, that should do it. That should do it. What I'm gonna do is add lemon to this water because as I slice the apple, you don't want them to get, because it's gonna take us a while. You don't want them to get brown.
What about the seeds?
Yeah, don't worry about it because we're pulling them out.
Okay.
So I got an idea too. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep the peels, and I'm gonna make real apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Okay.
So
let me
we
get
need
a
a
container.
rag or something?
No, let me get a container for the peels. And it's really easy to make. You just put all your peels in a jar, right, like a bowl or mason jar, and then you put all of your peels in there. You cover with white vinegar, and you put a little bit of sugar on it. Once in a while you burp it, but within 3 weeks you should have a really good apple cider vinegar, and it's great for cleaning. That's the last one?
Yeah.
All right.
Keep an eye on these things though, because there's some of them that are.
No, I am. Okay, so I'm ready to cook my apples. They actually do not get baked in the oven. Whoop, that's for filthy. They do not get baked in the oven with the tart. They actually get baked and cooked on the stove. So basically what you do is mix the butter, the sugar, the whiskey, some whiskey, and cinnamon and water, and you let them cook for about 10-15 minutes. There's whiskey here, and then you'll see there's a surprise at the end. There will be whiskey at the end again because this tart gets flambe. Once I have everything cooked, then I'll take care of the dough. It's just a matter of rolling up the dough, pre-cooking the dough in the oven, pulling it out, letting it cool a little bit, and then dress it with the apple. So let's get started. First things first, my leftover butter. And for this, I'm not going to do 2 batches. I'm going to do 1 batch of everything together. So I have 2 separate sugar, right? It's whatever is left over of the sugar after I put some in the dough. I'm going to put everything in with the butter, cinnamon, water, whiskey, and the apples. Okay. Make sure I don't have a flame that's too hot. And here's the leftover butter. So what I'm going to do here is for about 5 minutes I'm going to cook all my apples in just butter, nothing else. So I'm going to start adding them. I got to make sure we don't break them. Okay, they gotta cook like this for about 5 minutes, and you know, you just flip them once in a while. It's been a good 5 minutes. I'm going to add my brown sugar. And remember, I'm doubling the portions here, okay? So that's for pie 1 and here's for pie 2. The trick is to make sure that we don't break them. So you gotta be very gentle. To that, I'm going to add cinnamon. For 1 pie, you need 1 teaspoon. Remember, I'm doing 2 pies here. Okay, so it's 2. Water, 1 glass, 4 ounces. I'm putting a little bit less because I can see there's a lot of liquid already in this. Now I'm adding whiskey. So for 1 pie, I need 2 teaspoons. So here's the first pie, here's the second pie. All right, and I'm going to reduce my heat and cover. This has to cook for 10 minutes. And while this is cooking, I'm going to turn my oven on and we're going to put it at 450. So it's been 10 minutes. I'm turning this off and I'm going to let it cool. To the side, and I'm ready to work my dough. in the oven they go. 20 minutes. Okay, it has been 20 minutes. Let's pull them out. Okay. So here's number one. I don't have any weights for the pie, so the edges kind of, you know, that's all right. So here's one. Here's two. I'm gonna let them cool down for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take my apples gently, right, and make circles. There's a lot of apples to put in there, and then we'll flambe it. So this is the second one, and I am doubling it. I'm on 2 layers because otherwise I got too much apple left over, and the pieces that I got left now are all broken. So it's kind of doing a little bit of a patchwork. So, in order to flambe, you're gonna need about 3 ounces of whiskey. Then you're going to put the equivalent of 2 teaspoons of brown sugar over the pie. Let's do some flambe. This is...
You said only 2 tablespoons.
Well, that was for the... okay, it was 3 ounces for each pie. Okay, so the goal here is to pour the alcohol all over the pie, and you light it, and then you serve it as soon as the fire is extinguished. But you're not going to see much. Why? Because it's not dark. Scott, is it flambe? I don't see it. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys see it? You can hear it, I'm sure.
I can barely see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's flambe, all right. But you can't see it because it's not dark. How about now? Can you see it?
No, not really. Kinda.
Do I have a dark background? We're gonna try on the other pie. Right now I'm just burning it off.
See?
Here we
It's
go.
on fire.
It is?
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't think you can see it on camera. Well, that didn't work out as well as I wanted to.
I got
But we're still gonna try it. Alright, we're gonna try it. You guys tell me what you think. It should still be warm.
I think you should start over.
No, stop it. That was a lot of work.
I think I can taste the whiskey.
I think I can taste a little bit of it too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like the crust.
What do you think, guys?
It's
Pretty
good.
Oh yeah, I taste the whiskey.
Me too.
Grade it.
Like an 8.
8? Okay, Dad.
I'd say a 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ed?
Without the whiskey, it'd be a good 10. But I think there's just a large amount that didn't get burnt, so.
Yeah, I don't know why the whiskey didn't burn, but
Maybe it's cheap.
is Jameson cheap? I don't know.
No. I don't think so.
The
Yeah,
crust is delicious.
it's affordable. I don't think it's cheap, but it's affordable.
We're gonna let the whiskey evaporate a little bit, okay? Now, do you want me to put it back in the oven?
I mean, again, that might just be the best play. Because that gets rid of all the ethanol. Or that should, in theory, if you leave it in there long enough.
Man, the crust is delicious.
Yeah, I like the crust a lot.
Alright. You don't have to put alcohol, you know? Oh man, this is good. Alright, I give it an 8. The alcohol is still on it. It didn't burn off fully. If it did, it would be a 9. But as of now, it's a solid 8.
I'm not gonna eat that.
Oh, probably are.
Have another slice. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe right here in the corner. And find me on Facebook and Instagram at mygreatchallenge. And that would be it. That was a good recipe. I'm sorry I have to rush off because I have a book club live to do with Patreon in 9 minutes. I'm out of here. I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.